Welcome back, everyone, and a good mayid as we welcome you from beautiful Stamford, Connecticut at Greenwall Caterers. We thank Greenwall Caterers for having my Rebbetzin Shashi and myself for this Yom Tov to be Marbitz Torah here to this beautiful Haimish Kehillah. We are holding the bottom line of Memches Amud Beis. Rab Shimon Gamliel, how do we know Rab Shimon Gamliel holds Mara Mokim Eloi D'Tanan? Now we know that there's a special get that they designed for a Kohen, because Kohanim, if we know Kohanim could get angry, it says Amcha K'merive Kohen, and if they are able to give a get too quickly to their wife, there's no backsies, because if they divorce her, they can never take her back, because a Kohen is also to a Grusha. So they made it a little harder for a kohen to give a get, and they made a din of a get kosher. That you write the get, and you write a few lines, and then you fold it, and you sew it, and an 8 signs on the back of the fold. Then you do a few more lines, you fold it, and then 8 signs on the back of the next fold. And you need to have at least 3 Eidim signing on the back of 3 folds. Now that's called a get kosher, a tied get. Now, it's not only a kohen. A person could stipulate that they want to get kosher. So the din is get poshet, eid of misaychay. A get poshet, the witness's sign on the inside. Mekusher, a get that's sewn, eid of me'achurav. The eidim are signed on the outside. Poshet shekasu eid of me'achurav. If a get poshet has eidim on the outside, or a mekusher, a get kosher that has eidim on the inside, shekasu eidim misaychay, shneim psulim. That's no good, because you're mishana, you're changing memapbeya shetavu chachamim begit. Rab Chanina ben Gamliel Omer, mekusher shekasu eidav misaychay, a get kosher that the witnesses are signed inside, even if it's sealed, it's kosher. Why? We're not talking about a kohen. If it was made, it's kosher. Why? Because you could open it up and make it into a get pashet. You can make it into a get pashet. Shimon Gamliel says, Hakol k'minig hamadina. Everything goes according to the minig. If the minig is to make a get pashet, you have to make a get pashet. If the minig is to make a get kosher, you have to make a get kosher. So the Gemara wonders, the Tanakama argues on the minig Medina. Va'avinu ba v'tanakama leslei minig Medina. He doesn't hold the minig Medina. Va'amar Ravashi, no. The machlokes is ba'asra d'nehigei b'pashet. In a place where the minig is to make a get pashet, va'avid lei mekusher, and you deviated and you made a get kosher. Inami ba'asra d'nehigei b'mekusher. A place where the minig is to make a get kosher, va'avid lei pashet. You deviated. Everybody holds it's no good because people want the minig hamadina. As Sandy Grunfeld is joining us, Sandy, we are holding on Daf Mem Tes Amud Aleph, and we are holding 12 lines from the top of Daf Mem Tes Amud Aleph on this beautiful Ushpizin di Yaakov. What could be better than that, Rabbi? He's like learning Torah on the Shpizin of the Yaakov. Yaakov represents Torah, right? Yaakov ish tam yoshev oyhalim. What better thing to do? Sukkos is man simchaseinu. V'yisach sameach. There's no simcha like simchas haTorah. Ain't simcha k'simchas haTorah. There's nothing better that we could be doing now than learning Torah, except maybe taking care of your mother. When nobody else could do it. No, it is true. It is a good excuse. I give you that. So says the Gemara.
I gotta take care of his mother too.
Says the Gemara. Ki pligi. Where did they argue? They argue. Ba'asra d'nehigei bein b'pashet bein b'mekusher, where the minig of shnipashak is to do either. Va'amalei, but the chosin told the shliach avidli pashet, make for me regular get. Va'azil va'avidlei mekusher, and they made him, which is also the minig, because the minig is both, and they made him a sewn get. Marsav Kpeda. He was makbid Pashit. I don't want to have shailas with the Mekusher. Or Marsav Maramokamula. He was only trying to make it easier for him, but he's not makbid. Rabbi Lazar, where do we see the Rabbi Lazar holds Maramokamila? The Tanan, we learned in the Mishnah, Ha'isha Sh'amra Hiskabel Ligiti Mimakam Plain. I want you to accept for me my get in Borough Park. V'kibel Agita Mimakam Acher. And he accepted the get in Riverdale. Puzzle. Rabbi Lazar Machshir, Rabbi Lazar just said she was giving him an idea in Borough Park, but she wasn't makbid. Alma Kazavar Maramokim Ilai. Now, Amarula, getting back to our Mishnah, the Machlokes Rabbanan and Reb Shimon, where you change and make an upgrade, whether it's a good Kiddushin or not, Machlokes B'Shvach Mammon, where there was an upgrade in money, like from Kesef to Zav. Aval B'Shvach Yuchasin, but if it's an upgrade in Yichas, Divrei Kol Eina Mekudeshes. Everybody holds she's not Mekudeshes. So if he said, I'm a Kaddish, I'm a Levi, and it turns out he's a Kohen is greater aristocracy, so everybody, even Reb Shimon holds it's not a good Kiddushin. My timer, what's the reason? Because she says, Misana derav Mekare loy ba'ina. I don't want shoes that are too big for my feet. I'm not going to feel comfortable moving around amongst the hoity-toity people. Tanya Nami Hachi. We learned likewise. Moider Reb Shimon, im hita l'shvach yochasin, if he misleads her and he ends up to be a better yichas, eina mekudeshes. Amar Rav Ashi masnisa nami deka. The Mishnah is also mashma that way. The Ketani Almanash Adi Kayin Levi. If he says on the condition I'm a Kayin and really was only a Levi, or Levi v'nim Kayin, he says on the condition that I'm a Levi, and he turns out to be a beser mensch Kayin, Nasan v'nim Mamzer, which is worse, or Mamzer v'nim Nasan, which is better. And there we said it's not Mekudeshes, v'loy Polig Reb Shimon, and Reb Shimon doesn't argue. Maskva Rabba Ravashi, you can't bring any raya from that. If he says on the condition that I have a daughter to take care of me, or a adult shifcha, the einloi, or almanash einloi v'yeshloi, the shvach momen it's a shvach momen, it's a difference of money, because this way they won't have to hire cleaning help. Hachanami doloi polig. But Reb Shimon doesn't argue there. It must be that we say Ela Polik Bereish. He argues in the Reish of Uadin L'Seifa. So it could be by Shvach Yuchasin also. Achanami Polik Bereish V'Uadin L'Seifa. It says, well, no, that's not true. Hachi Ashta. What's the comparison? It doesn't have to say that Reb Shimon argues by the Shivcha, by the daughter, because the Shvach Mammon he already argued. Hasam Aidi V'Aidi the Shvach Mammon Polik Bereish. He argues in the Reish V'Uadin L'Seifa. Doesn't have to say it again. But here when we're talking an upgrade in pedigree, in aristocracy, it's something new. Im Isa the Polig, if he argues on it, Nisnei, it should have said it. The fact that it doesn't say it shows that he doesn't argue. Iba Yisema, the question of the Bas or the Shivcha is not a Shvach moment. Hakanami Shvach Yuchasin. Misav Maimi Gudelas Gedayla means that she could be a good cleaning lady. Gedayla Mamish. Maimi Gudelas Gadelas, she's mature. And the reason why she doesn't want him to have an adult daughter or a mature person is she says, I don't want her revealing my secrets to the people in public. The Amrahi, Loinichali, I don't want the Shakla Mile Minai. She's going to take what she sees in the house, and she's going to reveal it amongst the neighbors. Rabbi said, I want to just tell the Olam that the Gemara is going to get now easier and easier till the end of the night. What do you think Mark came on? He could have helped his mother later, but he knew where the easier Gemara starts. Mark makes himself like this grace and tzaddik, I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm
going to go pick her up again, Rabbi.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, let's share the pain.
Just kidding. In Bela Kinwood, they're very makbid on kibbud aveim. Should have your mother till 120 mark.
Amen.
So now, we're going to learn definitions now. You know, when you make a condition in Kiddushin,
Mark, you threw him so much, we lost the signal.
is there a problem with the signal? No.
Actually, I think it's on my end. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got Wallop loud and clear. I'm okay.
I actually, because of the Ishpizin of Yaakov, I'm being very merciful. Very merciful.
This is merciful. I hate to see the other side.
Okay, wait till we get up to later Ishpizin, the Ishpizin of Moshe. Now, says the Gemara, Tan Rabbana, Almanah Shani Karyana. He says, I want to I'm mekadosh you on the condition that I know how to read the Torah. Kevin Shekara Shloisha Psukim Bebeis HaKnesses, if he knows how to lay in 3 Psukim in Shul, Harizum Kadeshes. By the way, the minimum of 3 Psukim is the minimum of Aliyah. They used to get the Aliyah and they used to lay. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, no, Achi Yikra v'Yitargim. He has to say, remember, they translated it. So he has to read it and translate it. Says the Gemara, Yitargim Medaita, his own translation. That's not enough. If somebody translates a pasuk literally, he's a fool. He's an inventor. And he adds something to the pasuk. That's blasphemy. He has to know how to read the Aramaic. That it's enough 3 psukim, the Amalei Karyana, where he says, I know how to read. If he says I'm a professional laner, add the Korea rice and Nevi'u Ksuve b'diyuka. He has to know Torah, Nevi'im, and Ksuvim precisely. Amanashani Shaina, that I learn Chizkiyam Halachas, what we call Mishnayos. He has to learn the Rashi says it means Halach l'Moshe Sinai. Others learn it means Mishnayos. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Torah says, what Torah? Shaina is not Torah. Meisa Ezuhi Mishnah. Rameir Amar Halachas. Rabbi Yehuda Amar Medrash. It's the Midrashic portions of the Torah, the Midrashic explanations of the Torah, but not Torah. Says the Gemara, yeah, when it says Torah, it means the Midrashay Torah. My Torah, Medrash Torah. V'ani mili damala tinyana, that I learn Mishnayos. Avalaymala Tanana, I am a Tana, and the Tani Hilchel say, yes, to know Halach l'Moshe Sinai, Sifra, the Midrashim on Torah's Kahanim, the Sifrei, the Midrashim on Bamidbar and Devarim, the Tosefta, and all the Toseftas. Amanah Shani Talmud, that I know how to learn. We don't say that he has to be like Shimon ben Azai and Shimon ben Zayma. When they ask him in one place that he's learning from his learning, let's say he's learning Kiddushin, they ask him something in Kiddushin, and he knows it. And he knows it, and that's true even if he's learning something easy like Masechtas Kal. Va'afilo Masechtas Kal. On the condition that I'm a chacham, he doesn't have to be on Moitzes Gdali Atayra. He doesn't have to be like the Chacham Yavna, Rabbi Kiva v'Chaveirav, like Rabbi Kiva and his colleagues, but he has to know a lot. They could ask him a question in any place, and he could answer it. On the condition that I'm mighty, he doesn't have to be like Avner ben Ner. Ki Yoav ben Tzruya. He doesn't have to be Muhammad Ali. He doesn't have to be Mike Tyson. As long as people are afraid of him because of his might, he's considered mighty. Almanasha ani Yosha on the Kiddushin that I'm rich. Ain't Oimrim Rebbe Elazar ben Chasim or Rebbe Elazar ben Azai. It doesn't have to be like Rebbe Elazar ben Chasim. It doesn't have to be like Rebbe Elazar ben Azai. It doesn't have to be a Rockefeller, a Reichman. If they honor him for his wealth. Almanasha ani Tzadik on the condition that I'm righteous. So let's pick somebody. Let's say Marshall says, I should be Mekadeshes on the condition that I'm a tzaddik. So the din is, he's going to need to give a get misafik. Because even if he's a Rasha, but he might have had an idea of tshuva. And in one moment, Marshall, in one moment you can change yourself over. In one moment. Says the Gemara, Amanashani Asher ain't, excuse me, Amanashani Tzadik Afilu Rasha Gomer, even a completely wicked person. That's not Marshall, come on. Completely wicked.
I'm trying.
Nah, that's not you, not completely wicked. Afilu Rasha Gomer, Mekudeshes. It's of course not Mekudeshes, it means Suffolk Mekudeshes. Shema, Hira Tshuva, Bedata, in the Bali Musa say this is such an encouraging Gemara. People could change themselves over just with one hira tshuva, one thought of tshuva. Now the other thing is equally scary. The next thing. Almanas Shani Rasha. If he says on the condition that I'm a Rasha, then afilu tzaddik gomer mekudeshes. Then even a complete tzaddik, she still needs to get a get, misafik, because she's not going to know. Maybe he had a machshav of avodah zarah, because a machshav of avodah zarah is Hashem is mitzafel l'maisa. Shem ehira dvar avodas kechavim medata. And now the Gemara tells us a famous section of Gemara. Asara kavim chachma yard l'olam, 10 measures of wisdom came to the world. Tisha not le'eretz Yisrael, 9/10 were taken by Eretz Yisrael. Ve'echad kol olam kulei. The avira de Eretz Yisrael machkim produces more chachma. 9/10 of wisdom is in Eretz Yisrael, and 1/10 in the rest of the world. Asara kavim, says the Gemara, yofi yard l'olam. 10 measures of beauty came down to the world. Tisha not Yerushalayim, 9 were taken by Yerushalayim, ve'echad kol olam kulei, and 1 with the rest of the world. Asara kavim ashirish yardulaylam, 10 kav of wealth came down to the world. Tisha not Ramiyim, 9 were taken by the Ramiyim kadmainim, 9/10 of the wealth were taken by the ancient Romans, ve'echad kol olam kulei, and 1 by the rest of the world. Yud kav manias yardulaylam, 10 measures of poverty came to the world. Tisha not leBavel, 9 were taken by Bavel, ve'echad kol olam kulei, and 1 was taken by the rest of the world. Asara kavim gasus yardulaylam, 10 kavim of arrogance, of gaiva, came down to the world. Tisha not le'elam, 9 were taken by Elam, ve'echad kol olam kulei. Says the Gemara, 9/10 were taken by Elam, not by Bavel. The gasus leBavel lo'inachas. Didn't Gaiva go down to Bavel? V'ksiv, it says in a vision, Ve'esa einai, the Navi says, I lifted my eyes, Ve'era, and I saw, V'hinei shtayim noshim yotzis, there were 2 angelic women going out, V'ruach b'kanfeim, with wind in their wings, U'laheina knafayim kikanfei achasida, their wings were like the wings of a stork. Of a tisena esa efa, and they were carrying the measure bein ha'oretz u'bein hashemayim. They were carrying a measure of something between the earth and heaven. V'omer, and the Navi said, I said el hamalach hadoiver to the angel that was talking to me, Ana hema malichas esa efa. Where are they taking this measure? V'yomer elai livnois labayis be'eretz Shinar, to build a house in the land of Shinar. Shinar is Bavel, Shekol Meisei Mabel Nirusham, went down there, emptied there. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan, what was this measure? Zu chanufa v'gasas haruach, that's the flattery of the wicked, and arrogance, sheyarda lebavel. It went down to Bavel. So you see, arrogance went to Bavel, not to Elam. Says Gemara in. It was settled down in Bavel, lahacha nachis, but but then it spread to Elam. And Dekanami diktani livnas law bias. Law is singular, but it was two things. Gases, only Gases built the house in Bavel. Only Hanifa, flattery, built the house in Bavel. Gases went to Elam. Shmamina. Says, but 1 second. Ini, v'amamar simin legases, a sign of Gaiva is Anias. V'Anias b'Bavel odika. We said 9/10 of Anias is in Bavel. Says, no. My Anias, a poor person is not about Gaiva. My Anias the Torah. When one has poverty of Torah, then they have to be arrogant about something else.
Otherwise?
For it says, Acha Islanu Kitana, I have a young sister, V'shadayim Einla. She doesn't have breasts. Breasts are given to milk others. But Elam didn't have any breasts. Amar Rabbi Yochanan Zu Elam, Shezach Salilmite, she was merited to learn, V'leizach Salalamed. She didn't merit to teach. So there was Anias in Elam, and that came together with the Gasus Ruach, the arrogance. Yes.
Elam is Persia, right?
Elam is an area near Persia.
But it doesn't refer to Paras in the Purim story?
Yeah, Elam is like Iran.
So it could be that Babel had the Gasus, but then when the Purim story happened with Achashverosh and Haman, it could be that's when they got the Gasus from Babel.
It could be, but the Gemara seems to imply that it was right away, because it says right away, live nice law.
Bavel had a lot of Torah in it, but that was later, I guess.
No, but not, yeah, Bavel didn't have gases.
It went to Elam.
It went to Elam.
It landed in Bavel.
And went to Elam, yeah. Now.
It says Elam is now the southwestern region of Iran.
Yeah, Iran, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Now, Asara Kavim Gevura Yardalaylam, 10 measures of might came down to the world. Tisha Nutla Parsiim, 9 were taken by the Persians. Asara Kavim Kinim Yardalaylam, this is very interesting. 10 measures of lice came down to the world. Tisha Nutla and Madai, 9 were taken by Madai. Asara Kavim Kshofim Yardalaylam, 10 kav of sorcery came to the world. Tisha Nutla Mitzrayim, 9 were taken by Egypt. Asara kavim, this is what I meant. Next thing is interesting. Asara kavim negoim yardalaylam, 10 kav of leprosy came down to the world. Tes not lachazeirim, 9 were taken by swine. That's very interesting. Very interesting. By the way, it's very nice to see 31 Zoomers here this evening. A very nice thing. Remember, tomorrow night I have Marav here at 7:45. So I'll probably get to open up the Zoom by about 8:05. Maybe I'll leave in a little later because I have to schlep all my equipment to this room over here. But I'm going to run right up after Marv. I'm not gonna pass go. I'm not gonna collect $200. I'm also missing supper because supper is 8:00. But I'm sure my wife will make sure to save me some supper for 9:00.
Mark is coming up there. He'll take up the equipment for you.
Yeah, right. After Mark, you come faster than Saba. Anyway.
I'll pick Saba up first.
Yeah. Bunch of big talkers.
Is the Rav there all week?
I'm here until Thursday afternoon. At Thursday afternoon, I'm going back because I daven in my shul Hoshana Rabbah morning, and My wife needs to make Yom Tov. We're having company for Yom Tov. My wife needs to make Yom Tov. Okay. It's interesting that we see that swine are full of leprosy. The Rambam says that we don't eat chazer because it causes trichinosis. It's interesting. There was many years ago, there was a mice in Flatbush that two religious people went to from a doctor with very scary symptoms. Both of them had mock tumors. And the doctor said it's extremely odd because the cause of this is eating pork. And there are two religious men. And it turns out that they both used the same Goyish cleaning lady. And they left the cleaning lady in the house. And when the cleaning lady was in the house, she made herself bacon and eggs in their pots. Really very scary story. It was really... says the Gemara, Yud Kavim's Nus Yardalaylam, 10 measures of promiscuity, immorality came down to the world. Tisha Nutla Arabia. 9 were taken by Arabia, by the Arabs. They look modest, but they're not. Asara Kavim Azus Yardalaylam, 10 measures of chutzpah came to the world. Tisha Nutla Meshan. 9 were taken by Meshan. Meshan was full of mamzerim. Asara Kavim Sicha Yardalaylam, 10 measures of talk came down to the world. Tisha Nutla Noshim, 9 were taken by women. Women like to talk. That's why they have to be very schooled in the laws of Lashon Hara and Rechilas. Asara Kavim Shikris Yardalaylam, 10 measures of intoxication, of drunkenness came down to the world. Tisha Nutla Chicago, Tisha...
Knew that was coming.
Tisha Nutla Kushim, 9 were taken by Ethiopians. Asara Kavim Shina Yardalaylam, 10 measures of sleep came to the world. Tisha Nutla Avadim, 9 were taken by slaves. Ve'echad Nutla Kalaylam Kulei, and 1 by the rest of the world. Okay, Rabbi said what's up next is the Mishnah Yomis. So don't go anywhere. Tomorrow night about 8:05, 8:10. And now we're going to learn the Mishnah Yomis.